in a time right now where we're all asked to step up to our higher self. Raquel is really a good master in that. But where are our artists? Where are our artists? The singers, the dancers, the movie producers. It's really pathetic that they all of Hollywood, all of the celebrities, they've just been total turncoats and traitors. But we do have some excellent artists and musicians who are coming forward, but they're few and far between. And this woman is a fabulous musician who has turned to writing to voice herself in this difficult climate. She has a blog that is very exciting. She speaks from the heart because she's an artist and we need these creative voices. Please welcome Tessa Fights Robots.
Let's fight those robots. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage. And I see people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, from different politics, from different ancestries, and we're all here to stand up to the monsters. And it's not vaxxed against the unvaxxed. It's not black against white. It's not men against women. It's not gay against straight or any other gender in between. It's all the humanity versus a very, very few psychopaths who don't even see us as human beings. They see us as cattle. And they want to manage us with artificial intelligence. And this has nothing to do with health. You know, many people have heard of the Great Reset and the Fourth Industrial Revolution, right? But you know, in 2019, a very, very cryptic but very influential committee here in the US, chaired by Eric Schmidt of Google, they issued a report. The report was about various obstacles to AI victory and to development of AI and winning of the AI race. You know what those obstacles were? They were privacy laws like HIPAA. They were the ways we use money, and it's not just cash. They didn't like credit cards, and they didn't like cash, of course. They thought that digital money and mobile money was better. Another obstacle was traditional medicine. They thought that telemedicine and AI would really help us to win the AI race. So, you know, if you think about what in those people's heads, they don't think like normal people. Exactly, so we need to understand that we are dealing with crazies. And you know what? We can feel compassion for them. It's good to feel compassion, but we should not allow them to walk all over us.
That's right, that's right.
And this battle is the battle of the heart. Just as Raquel said, this is the battle for our hearts, and this is the battle for this entire humanity. And it is absolutely critical to remember that it's not about our health. People who want to force us and essentially rape our bodies against our will, it's not about health. Rape is not healthy.
That's right. All right.
And I think that the only way we can really defeat them is awakening our hearts and really, you know, fixing our relationships, fixing things around us, fixing things in our lives, because we may not be able to compete with the psychopaths with money, but we can compete with love. Exactly. That's right. And I thank you so much for being here, because you're such a beautiful, beautiful, diverse crowd. And that is what diversity is. It's not what the corporations tell us.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
And another thing that I want to bring up, they're talking about those injections, right? And they're talking about mandating them. But it's not about even those injections. It's about establishing a subscription system to artificial immunity. And we shouldn't become just all happy. Oh, they said now the boosters are only for people over 65. We did not win yet. They are going to bring them back. And as we stand here and as we go back, we need to be absolutely sure that we are never, ever, ever afraid, and that we never, ever, ever give in to fear. Absolutely, and we are people of love, and we are going to win with love.
That's right. That's right.
Bring it up!
That's right. Come
And courage is vital. And courage is not possible without love, because love is what drives courage. Thank you.
Very heartfelt. She speaks in a different voice because she's an artist. The next person that we have coming up is an investigative journalist, and boy is she digging deep. She's a thorn in their side. She is an expert on Wikipedia. She really knows it inside out, and especially all of our health professionals that are getting dissed and censored from Wikipedia. Her book is coming out, and she has everything about everyone who is being censored on Wikipedia. This is someone who understood COVID back in February 2020. She had the whole thing laid out and knew it. Who knew back in February 2020 about COVID? Let's see you raise the hands. Here's one. February 2020, knew the whole shot? Well, this woman did. In my opinion, she is one of the sharpest thinkers of our era. Please welcome Helen of Destroy.
Hey there, everyone. I'm glad to see so many New Yorkers here. When there was first protests and there were like only a few people showing up, I was really disappointed because, you know, I moved to New York because everybody comes here to make something big happen. And I mean, we're all here to see something big happen, to turn back the tide of these dehumanizing monsters as Tessa laid out before us. Now, I know that social media is not very central to many people's lives, but as a journalist, I kind of have to use it. And there's been this thing that's been floating around, this New York Times article about if you see this beautiful little bug, kill it. Right. Now, it's not about a beautiful little bug. It's about, are we going to do what the government tells us to do? Are we going to just follow orders about something we know nothing about? Now, this could be science, this could be humanity in general, this could be entomology, but if the government points at a bug and says, kill it, are you going to follow that order? No, of course not. This is what's completely insane about what's going on with this virus. I mean, the fact that they've been able to turn us against each other in such an extensive way when, 10 years ago we were in Occupy Wall Street. They were actually afraid of us. And so they had to come out with all of this identity politics crap to divide us and keep us separate from each other and keep us arguing about like the most minuscule minutiae that really don't matter at all. But this was just 10 years ago, and the fact that we haven't learned from those mistakes, we haven't managed to take the lessons from Occupy and turn them against those. That was the last time these people, these scumbags, these international banking cartels, were visible as anything remotely close to humans. They were fallible. They had to be bailed out by our completely corrupt and embarrassing government. I mean, now people just see them as this unassailable wall against which we smash ourselves. That's not how it is. These people are human. They are extremely human, and they are pathetically, because they hate humanity, they hate themselves. They hate themselves, and the only way that we can defeat them is to use their own weapons against them. Divide and conquer. This is what they do to us. We do it back to them. These people are not very smart. They might be scary. They might have all the media on their side. They might have Wikipedia on their side. Wikipedia might seem like it's all-knowing and all-sentient, but these people don't know very much. They have to rely on these cheating. This is cheating to keep themselves above us all. So, I mean, come on, look how many of us there are. We have the numbers. The numbers is what's important. Make them afraid. Make the ruling class afraid again. We can beat them if we try. Come on. So, I mean, it very much heartened me to see the de Blasio sending out his little spies to go around to all these restaurants and try to make sure that everyone was complying, and most of them weren't. So that made me happy to see, and we need more of that. We need to work together. Remember, your fellow human beings, just a smile, a nod on the subway, it goes a long way. If you can actually see people's faces Smile. I mean, when was the last time? They do this deliberately to dehumanize us. This has been studied in acts of war. The way to dehumanize to get the soldiers to fire at the men across the line, because otherwise they don't shoot. You have to other them, and that's what they've been doing to us, othering us for 10 fucking years. Pardon my language. Yeah. So make the ruling class afraid again, and let's take back our freedoms, guys.
Giant. We will not comply. We will not comply. We will not comply. With tyranny.
So, if you guys know me from Instagram, I'm on Instagram as Joe Speaks Truth. First name is Josephine. I said it numerous times that I was born and raised in the Bronx. My parents are from the Dominican Republic. Espero que la República Dominicana y Latinoamérica se levante, porque lamentablemente el pueblo latino es uno de los pueblos que está más dormido. La propaganda que le han impuesto a nuestra gente es peor que la que está aquí en Nueva York, lamentablemente. Y yo espero en Dios y rezo en Dios y le oro a Dios que el pueblo latino se levante, porque si el pueblo sigue así, la esclavitud que han impuesto allá, porque en República Dominicana el presidente ahora está tratando de pasar leyes para hacerla mandatoria, lo que significa que yo, como hija de padres dominicanos, tengo familia ya en el país actualmente, tengo sobrinas pequeñas, sobrinos que ya son adultos, significa que yo no podré visitar el país ni ver a mi familia. Si usted habla español, espero que entienda, yo espero que la gente en Cuba siga peleando, porque los cubanos entienden lo que es asaltar la libertad de su pueblo y de su gente. Venezuela también entiende, porque también en Venezuela están peleando, pero lamentablemente el resto de Latinoamérica no está entendiendo y piensa que en verdad que esto es por salud pública. Esto nada tiene que ver con salud pública. Esto imponiendo una dictadura global, el comunismo, para todo el mundo, para cada hombre, mujer y niño en esta tierra. Necesito que la gente entienda. Y antes de que yo hable en inglés, le voy a pedir, si usted no habla español, lo va a hacer. ¡Libertad! 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 Is it here? Where? Okay, so I'm gonna give a speech later in English, but right now I want to introduce the man that puts fire when he gets on the stage. Give it up for no other than one of the dirty dozens who was put in the media by the Biden administration as a man that is spreading misinformation, but we know that's not the truth because the media lies. Give it up for Kevin Jenkins!